Well, howdy everyone, and welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Before we begin, I like to remind everybody to hit the like and subscribe down at the bottom and share buttons. Share this with everyone you know. And I have to pitch my book here that I wrote last year. That's the title of it, right there. You can find it on Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Noble, and iTunes. And it has a website called animalsliftourspirits.com. You can go to that website, and it will tell you about me, it'll tell you about the book, and there's a little button that will take you right to Amazon. Isn't that handy? Now this weekend, guess what? We're not going to do a breakfast recipe. You know I love breakfast recipes. I do a bunch of them, but today we're going to do a dessert. I'm making something special for my husband. He is diabetic, you might know by now, so I have to kind of watch my sugar when I make stuff for him. I have to make it low sugar or no sugar. This is going to be a very low sugar recipe. And it's going to be an apple. No, not apple, cherry. It's going to be a cherry cobbler made with Bisquick. I'm going to put in some SPLENDA brown sugar. I'm using the Walmart brand cherry pie filling. It says right there, low sugar. You can get this also in apple flavor. They have it apple and cherry. I wish they come out with peach, but they haven't yet. So I always buy these, make him pie with apple or cherry. Now, let's get started. Now, for this recipe, I'm just using, this is a 2-quart baking dish. You can use it in 2 quart or 1.5 quart, and it just requires 1 can. Just enough for one family meal, maybe, a small family. But this will be easy to make larger if you want to take it to a family function like Christmas, Thanksgiving, or to a potluck at church. You can easily use 2 cans, double the recipe, and make a large 9x13 dish of it. Or sometimes, when I take something like this to church, I might make 2 of them. I'll make one that's sugar-free and one not sugar-free. Because not everybody likes or wants to eat sugar-free or has to. But this one today is going to be my sugar-free recipe type. But like I said, you can buy this with the regular with full of sugar, and it does not say no sugar added if you want to. Okay, I've already greased my dish here. What I used is Crisco shortening sticks, butter flavor. You can use anything you want, just grease your pan. We're going to put the filling in here. I love these Pop-Tops. I wish they had these my whole life. Okay. Take everything out. Make sure I get all that nice, good juice out of it. This is so good, you just eat it right out of the can if you wanted to. It tastes so good. I spread that around. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it into a cold oven. Yep, it's going to be a cold oven. Once I put it in there, I'm going to turn it on 400. Let it stay in there while the oven is preheating up to 400. Once it gets to 400, then I will leave it for 10 more minutes and then take it out. Okay? And while it's in the oven, we will put together the top that's going to go on top of it. All right? The topping for this cobbler, I'm going to use, I've got Bisquick here. I take 1 cup of Bisquick, a dry measuring cup of Bisquick. I have in this little container, this little dish, 1 tablespoon of the SPLENDA brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to give a little bit of cinnamon flavor with the cherry. I'm sure he'll love it. And a 1/4 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of soft room temperature butter. Now we're going to try and stir all this together. Okay. Get a fork here and kind of break up my, loosen up the flour here of the Bisquick mix. Put in the brown sugar and cinnamon. And you might note I'm using just regular ground cinnamon, not sugar cinnamon, because I want this low sugar, so just cinnamon. There is no sugar in cinnamon at all. Okay. Try to stir these dry ingredients together here. Okay. Now, where's my other spoon here? I have 1 more spoon. Now the milk and the butter. The 1/4 cup of milk. I'm just using 2% milk. There's a soft room temperature butter. I'm just going to kind of stir this all around until it gets kind of doughy. This is pretty easy to throw together. If you don't want the cinnamon in it, that's fine. You don't have to put the cinnamon. That's just my choice. You could use regular sugar in this. Okay, it's getting nice and like a doughy consistency. Okay. The oven's still preheating. Time it preheats and we leave it 10 more minutes. That'll take about 20 minutes before we get that cherry out of the oven. When I serve this, I'm going to actually serve it with some low sugar ice cream. Breyers makes a wonderful low sugar, no sugar added ice cream. And if you get the one that says low carb, that is also low sugar. I get the low carb chocolate flavor for me all the time, and he likes the vanilla and the caramel flavor. I think today I've got the caramel in the fridge in there. Hey, that's perfect. Just perfect, just like I want it. So that just took a cup of the Bisquick, a 1/4 cup of milk, a tablespoon of the brown sugar, and a teaspoon of the cinnamon, and the butter. 1 tablespoon of soft butter. And it's just perfect. Let me check the cherries. Let me give a little plug for Breyers. Not that they'll find out, but they wouldn't mind. Here's what I was talking about. If you're looking for low sugar ice cream, now it's not totally sugar free, but it is low sugar. When it says Carb Smart in the chocolate, I only have 3 grams of sugar there. And I love this chocolate. This tastes as good as any chocolate you can find out there. It's nice and creamy. You can't tell it's low sugar. And here's one that says no sugar added. It's in a salted caramel swirl. I went to the store today looking for vanilla, and they were out of the vanilla. They sell out of the vanilla a whole bunch. This one here has very low sugar, less than 4 grams. These are very good. I highly recommend these if you're on a low sugar diet. While the cherry stuff is in the oven getting hot, I want to mention to everybody that if you're in the Batesville, Mississippi area around October or on October 8th, that's a Saturday, and about, not quite a month away. Well, on that day, I will be down there in the town square of Batesville doing a book signing. They're having an arts and crafts fair that day. There'll be a lot of people going through the square, and I'm going to be sitting there in my own little tent signing and selling my books. So if you're in the area, come by, stop by, say hi to me, and grab a book for Christmas. And then November 9th, I will be at the Olive Branch Library in Mississippi, Olive Branch, Mississippi. That's on a Wednesday, November 9th. It's family day, and I'll be reading my book to a bunch of kids there, and selling a bunch, I hope. Here, I just took it out of the oven just a few seconds ago. It's nice and bubbly and hot. Now we're going to put the top on it, this Bisquick mix I made. Put it on top here in little drops all around, and put it back in for another 20 minutes to cook. So that Bisquick topping can spread all over it. Now I'm just going to drop this in big drops or little drops. It's your choice. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put kind of like drop biscuits. Just put it all over. Might need a little help squishing it out. There it goes. And push it out if you have to. Ooh, this is going to be good when it spreads around. Might add that I've never actually tried it this way before. This is the first time I've made this myself. I've tried other types of cobblers, but not with Bisquick. I've made a cobbler or a dump cobbler before using cake mix on top of pie filling. That comes out good. But we'll see how this Bisquick comes out. It should be great. I got just about all my little spots covered up. So I get all this out. Yep, that's about it. I got it covered all around. Gets the back side. Sticking to my spoon a little bit. There it goes. It's a little sticky there. Okay, we got that all down. Paper towel time. My fingers are gooey. Now, I'll stick this back in. We'll look at just shortly. There, can you hear it sizzling? I just took it out of the oven a few seconds ago. It's still bubbling and popping and sizzling. And it looks delicious. My husband loves any type of dough and bread of his to be cooked golden brown. And this is nice and brown. He's going to love it like that. If I was making it for myself, I would have made it just a teensy-weensy little bit less brown. I like mine just a light golden brown, but he likes his stuff a dark golden brown. So he's going to be very happy with this. I need my other rag here. It's getting pretty hot. Got my other pot rag here. There you go. Does that look beautiful? Apple, brown sugar, cinnamon, cobbler. Not apple. Why am I saying apple? Cherry. I got apples on the brain. Cherry. Cherry, brown sugar, cinnamon, cobbler. And it smells wonderful. That's going to be great with some ice cream on top. And there you have it. Another nice low sugar dessert to enjoy. And if you don't want low sugar, that's fine. You can have it with all the sugar you want. Just remember, I use the cherry, Walmart brand cherry, no sugar added. Walmart is actually the only brand I can find that has a pie filling that's low sugar. Nobody else has one that I can find yet. And Bisquick, SPLENDA brown sugar, a little cinnamon, a little butter. Gonna wrap this video up. Here's another reminder about my book. If you're in the Batesville area again, October 8th, come visit me at my booth there. See y'all later. Have a great weekend. We're going to enjoy our cobbler for dessert tonight. There it is. Bye, y'all.